Hi, this is Elwood Robinson, founder of New Alpha Education, and in this video you're going to learn the 4 never revealed secrets to getting hard, staying hard, and blowing really huge loads every single time. So this is for you if you have any of these issues. If you have erectile dysfunction, or if you have difficulty in maintaining an erection, or if you have premature ejaculation, or if you have weak loads, or maybe simply for any man who wants to have stronger, longer lasting erections and huge loads. And in this video you're going to learn why everything you've been taught about ED is a lie, why most ED cures don't and in fact can't work because they're built on faulty premises, the true cause of erection issues that no one else will tell you about, and the 4 things you must have for a strong, reliable erection and huge loads. Now here's why what you're about to learn is very important. You see, this may seem like a strange subject to specialize in. In fact, before I specialized in this, I worked in all kinds of other areas. I'm the creator of High Energy Academy, where I help people to have more energy, be more productive. Complete Detox Academy, where I help people to do a full body detox. I was the founder of Taoist Health and Fitness Academy, where I talked about the Eastern perspective to health and fitness. I was the creator of the Health Coaching Institute, where I helped to train and certify health coaches. I did a lot of other things. But what I never talked about before is that in my early life, I actually too suffered the shame and humiliation of having the inability to maintain or in fact get an erection, which was a very painful thing for me. In fact, the very first time that I tried to have sex, I couldn't have or maintain an erection. And it was a period of intense shame and humiliation. I felt like less of a man. In fact, I didn't feel like a man at all. I felt completely crushed by it. And in fact, it ended up ruining that relationship, the first relationship I ever had. So, it endangers relationships. Now, of course, that incident is when I was pretty young. And, I did manage to resolve that because that was a type of ED that was what I call a mental ED. So it was all in my head. I was nervous. And basically because of that, I wasn't able to maintain my erection. However, later, when I got into my mid-20s, I started to have a similar kind of experience. But this time, it was more insidious because it had a more physical basis. You see, I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle. I was pushing myself really hard, working long hours. I was taking lots of drugs, both legal and, to be honest, illegal drugs. I was smoking, I was drinking, lots of cannabis, I was eating very badly. I was basically living in a very unhealthy lifestyle. And so what I experienced by my mid-20s is pretty much a collapse of energy, collapse of my immune system, and collapse of my ability to perform sexually, which was really very painful and very difficult. Now, what I learned later when I studied Chinese medicine, which was the only thing that was able to give me any kind of clue as to what happened to me, because I tried everything else. I tried Western medicine, they didn't help me. I tried detoxing, I tried fasting, I tried superfoods, I tried, you name it, I tried it. Nothing worked until I got into Eastern medicine. And what they taught me is that I had burnt out my energy, and especially what they call Jing, my sexual energy, very early in life, okay? And so what I experienced in my mid-20s, so my hairline was receding, my gums were receding, my energy was low, my blood pressure was high, all this stuff, right, is what the average man in the Western world starts to experience in maybe their mid-40s, 50s, or 60s. I was just aging even more prematurely than average, right? And so this is the other thing that I realized, that the other cost that you have poor overall health. Now, a lot of men are very bad at noticing that they have health problems, and despite everything that I just said to you, I didn't acknowledge any of it. In fact, even with the erectile dysfunction, I just kind of wrote it off and dismissed it as something that just happens until I hit a kind of crisis point, which taught me, this is not normal, and I need to do something about this right now. Now, the good news is, by applying the very insights and strategies that I'm going to share with you in this video, I did overcome that. And I'm very happy to say now that I have a beautiful wife who I'm able to, satisfy whenever I want to. I'm able to get an erection whenever I want. I'm able to maintain an erection whenever I want, and really behave as someone in their mid-30s should be able to. I can say that now in my mid-30s, I realize I'm maybe younger than my average viewer, but in my mid-30s, I have way better sexual ability and performance than I did in my mid-20s and even in my teens, right? So things have got better for me over time rather than worse because of learning what I'm going to share with you here today. Now, over the last over 10 years that I've been researching this, and over the last 7 years that I've been teaching this, what I found is that if you apply what you're going to learn in this video, you can expect benefits like rock hard reliable erections, 30 minutes plus staying power, and I say plus can be significantly more, okay? Bigger loads, definitely. Now people laugh about this, but this is important, right? This is your reproductive capacity here. Okay, so this is just a little dribble. There's a reason why men feel a certain amount of dissatisfaction about that, because it indicates that you're less virile, right? That you're less reproductively potent. And let's face it, you watch any nature documentary, what does it tell you life is about, right? Survival and reproduction. Now, you may believe there's more to life than that, and I completely respect that, and maybe there is, right? But survival and reproduction still are the very basis of what it is to be human and what it is to be a man. And if you struggle with these things here, that doesn't feel good, right? So this is why this is so important. Bigger loads, a ferocious sex drive, right? Again, that indicates health, indicates virility, indicates that you've got a good hormonal balance and unstoppable sexual confidence. When you have all these things in place, you just have that swagger, right? You have that look, which women find very, very desirable. Now, I promise you, literally on the next page, I'm going to start teaching you exactly what you need to get harder, longer lasting erections every time. Just before we get into that, we need to look at the top 3 most damaging myths about erection issues. The reason I'm going to talk about this first is because if you have these false beliefs inside your mind, then when I try and tell you the truth, what you actually need to hear, it's going to clash with that. So first of all, we're going to clear away the false beliefs, so then to make space for the truth, so that you can actually resolve this issue once and for all. Make sense? Okay, so what we need to look at, number 1, is the myth, the lie, that inevitable with age, right? The idea that this is inevitable with age. This is simply not true. From my personal experience, well, one of my mentors, one of the people who taught me Qigong and Kung Fu, is a man who is now in his 70s, and he's on his 3rd wife. She's very young, and he's just had a child with her, right? This guy is so virile as well. He could take out like any 20-year-old guy. Like, to me, he has more vitality and virility and strength than like 99 out of 100 20-year-old guys in the Western world. It's just incredible, right? There are whole cultures like this. For instance, the Hunza, which are like an indigenous mountain tribe, are famous for men still having sex and having babies in their 80s, 90s, and even beyond, okay? So this is not inevitable. This is not normal. Now, it is common with the way that most of us live our lives, and that's what we're going to get into in a minute, right? But it's not inevitable at all. It is something you can do something about, and I really want you to understand that. Do you see why I wanted to cover these myths? Because as long as you have this thing at the back of your head, like, oh, it's just the way it is, there's nothing I can do, it's normal, then, you might watch this stuff just, for entertainment, but you're not going to really take it in and apply it, because you're going to think that ultimately nothing's going to work. No, it can work, but you need to drop this myth, the idea that it's inevitable. It's not inevitable, at least if you're willing to learn and apply what I'm going to teach you here. Number 2 is the idea that erection problems, erectile dysfunction, whatever you want to call it, are an isolated issue. Meaning, we get guys all the time who say to us, when they're first starting, something along the lines of, oh, I'm great, I'm in perfect health, I just have ED. Now, as we touched on the previous page, this is just like living in denial. But I'm not making fun of you, and I'm not judging you, because as I said, that's exactly the position that I was in for years and years and years, living in denial. And it was a denial backed up by everyone I met. When I went to see a medical doctor, he was like, no, there's nothing wrong with you, just stressed, right? And yeah, there was something wrong with me. I looked like death. I was ill all the time. I couldn't maintain an erection. I mean, what's that? How's that normal, right? And so the idea that erectile dysfunction is an isolated issue is again a myth. Everything is connected, right? Even we separate into mind causes, mental causes of ED or physical causes of ED, but even that's just like terms for convenience. The truth is, like, what is your mind, right? It's your brain. And is your brain separate from your body somehow? Of course not. It's in your body. Do you understand? Everything is connected. So even if the reason you have erectile issues is maybe not what you think of as physical, it's because like you get so nervous or you get so anxious, or a lot of guys, they get so anxious and excited that they prematurely ejaculate. They'd say, no, that's a mental problem. But mental means mind, mind is brain, brain is body. Do you understand? It's all connected. And so if your body works well, if your hormones are in balance, if your neurotransmitters in balance, then whether it's a mental cause, whether it's a physical cause, or reality is it's always some kind of combination of both, it's all interconnected. It's not an isolated issue. The thing that teaches you it's an isolated issue is mainstream Western science and mainstream Western medicine. This is not an idea that they would give any credence to in the East. It's not an idea that they give any credence to even in the West throughout most of history. This idea that things are separated and isolated. Now, there is value in looking at one symptom and one problem and going, okay, what exactly is going on here, right? So the process of analysis. And yet we have to also do synthesis. We have to see it in context of the whole body, the whole being, the whole situation, right? So this idea of, oh yeah, I've got ED, but otherwise I'm fine. Come on, right? There must be something. Do you have emotional issues? Do you have mental issues? Do you have physical issues? Do you have problems getting to sleep? Are you depressed? Do you have digestive issues? Just random examples, but do you get what I mean? And it's all interconnected, okay? And generally, if you have issues with ED, then you also have issues with stamina and endurance in general. You also have issues with energy. You also have issues with maybe mental clarity, memory. You might have issues with hair, skin, and nails becoming weaker. Like nails breaking more easily, hair becoming less lustrous, more brittle, even falling out like mine was. I know it still a little bit is, but it basically stopped 10 years ago once I started applying what I'm about to teach you here. So all of these things are connected, right? So getting rid of that lie, that myth, the idea that things are isolated, very important. And number 3, the idea that dick pills actually solve anything, okay? Now, yes, for some people, some of the time, they can temporarily, briefly solve the issue, right? However, what are the challenges? First of all, very expensive. Second of all, very serious, even deadly side effects. And third of all, they stop working for most people after a while, and for some people, don't work at all. Now, but that's not even the thing that I want to tackle here. The thing that we need to understand is that they don't resolve anything. Listen, you're a man if you're watching this, right? We love to fix stuff. We love to solve stuff, right? This is something, that women sometimes complain about. Why can't you just listen? Why are you trying to fix everything, right? We love to fix stuff. Well, here's the thing. Taking a dick pill does not fix anything. It is a temporary band-aid at most, and it's a dangerous band-aid. It's an expensive band-aid, and it's a band-aid that can easily make problems even worse, and that can easily not work, and it doesn't resolve anything. And to explain exactly why it doesn't resolve anything, let's go into what you really need to know to have excellent, long-lasting erections whenever you want them. Okay, so here's the thing. The 4 keys to erection quality. Now, you may have heard of 1 or 2 of these, possibly, but here's the key thing. If you even just have 3 out of these 4, then it's still possible to have erection issues, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, small loads, all the stuff we've talked about. So if you recognize one thing here, bear in mind it's all 4 together, which are the key, right? And you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. So if you have any of these links in the chain not in place, that might be why you're still struggling, okay? So bear with me. So the first thing that you must have for consistent erection quality is high testosterone, right? Testosterone is the male hormone, and we'll leave it at that for now. The number 2 thing that you need is low estrogen, okay? That's the female hormone. The third thing that you need is low cortisol. Now that's your primary stress hormone. And I just want to explain that a little bit more because you probably heard of these two, and I'm going to explain them more in a minute. But for cortisol, a lot of time we talk about stress, we think of adrenaline, right? Now the difference is adrenaline is like that. Your life is under threat. You have a massive amount of energy, a massive amount of clarity. It's like an intense peak experience, right? Cortisol isn't that. Cortisol is that constant underlying worry, that constant underlying anxiety, that constant underlying stress. The best way I've heard this summed up before, cortisol, is it's a feeling of there's something wrong, I've got to do something. There's something wrong, I've got to do something, right? And so you feel stressed, you feel like you can't relax, you can't let go, you can't enjoy yourself because there's something wrong and you've got to do something, but usually you don't know what to do. So you're constantly trying to find things to distract yourself, you're constantly trying to find things to numb that feeling, you're constantly trying to find excuses for that feeling, right? So you feel like there's something wrong, and so, you know, you turn on the news or you watch like some scary program, or, you know, or you look for like problems in your life to justify that feeling, right? That underlying feeling which relates to low cortisol. So this is really important. And then number 4, you need high circulation, right? Now, when I say high, I mean higher than most people have, a better quality of circulation. A circulation especially to the extremities, and a circulation, obviously, especially to your penis, right? Now, why do we not have all of these things? We don't have high testosterone for many reasons. One of them is because our culture does not encourage it. A lot of what increases testosterone is actually behavioral, meaning that if you behave in an alpha kind of way, if you behave in a dominant way, if you behave in a confident way, if you behave in a competitive way, that's something that actually increases your testosterone. Even just having a body, like a dominant body language like this for 10 minutes has been proven to increase your testosterone by about 10 to 12%. Just that, just standing like that. Amazing. Also, we don't have enough rest. For testosterone, it's absolutely crucial that you rest, especially in a certain way. I'm going to cover that in a minute. So if you rest in the right way, then that would build your testosterone. Now, the main thing that blocks testosterone is these two. Our estrogen is too high and our cortisol is too high. So let's look at those now. In terms of our estrogen, estrogen is that female hormone. Now, as well as having culturally been demasculated, basically being taught that being masculine is wrong, we're also, constantly given feminine values, but it's actually worse than that. Biochemically, our bodies are flooded with bioestrogens and xenoestrogens. So what does that mean? Xenoestrogens are compounds that are like estrogen, but which are actually artificial. So for instance, we get a lot of these in plastics. We get estrogens by drinking tap water, which has recycled birth control pills in them. We get estrogen by eating foods that contain high phytoestrogens, plant estrogens, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So basically we're flooded with substances that are high estrogen, both natural and synthetic, and we're not flooded with any high testosterone things biochemically ever, right? So of course we're going to go more and more out of balance. So why do we have high cortisol? Well, we talked about this before. Listen, to some degree, we've always had high cortisol. One of the reasons that human beings have been able to survive is because we are constantly looking out for threat, and that is a good thing. But here's the thing. Throughout most of human history, life was pretty boring. There wasn't much going on, right? You might only see like an unfamiliar face, once every few months, something like that, unless you live in a city, but even that's relatively recent in human evolution. So basically, throughout most of our evolution as human beings, there was very little real actual threat, okay? Now, these days, we can feel threatened anytime we want, 24 hours a day, right? Anytime you can look at your phone, you can look at the news, you can go, oh my God, terrorist attack, nuclear Armageddon, plague, famine, war, racism, endless things to feel upset about, endless things to feel stressed about, and that's the general world. What about your bills and you're being downsized and your job and traffic and on and on and on. So our lifestyle is more stressful than ever before, plus we have more access to stress than ever before, and we tend to be attracted to stress like a fly to what, because throughout most of our evolution, it's been a good thing because we kept looking out for threats, and when we saw them, we avoided them, and that's how we survived, right? But these days, there's kind of threat everywhere. So we're constantly seeing it. So we're constantly in this high cortisol state. And in terms of circulation, we have issues with that because we're more sedentary than ever before, especially sitting down. I saw a scientific report recently that said that sitting down all day is actually as bad for your health as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. It's that bad, okay? So remember when I said earlier that it's not inevitable as you get older, but it kind of sort of is inevitable when you live the way most people live? Well, I hope you're starting to see what I'm talking about, right? So if you're not acknowledging your masculinity, if you're having that actually kind of crapped on all day, and you're not having opportunities to rebuild your testosterone, you're being flooded with estrogen everywhere, you're being flooded with stress, and then you're being kept sedentary all day, right, sitting down, then this is just a recipe for ED. So my goal here is totally to empower you, not depress you. So if you're feeling right now, oh my God, it's all hopeless, just hold on, right? Keep watching, because I'm going to show you exactly how to get out of this situation. If we want to see a silver lining on this, it's that you know, everyone else is struggling with the same thing too. And if you take on board and learn and act on what you're learning in this video, you're going to have the edge. You're going to have an advantage over most men in our society, right? So there is an opportunity here. It's, you know, it's a bleak situation, but you have the opportunity of stepping out of it. So to start with, I just want to give you one quick, simple tip for how to achieve each of these 4 goals that we said here. Then, as a special kind of culmination, I'm going to give you a secret which I learned many years ago, which is an incredibly quick, easy, and powerful way to achieve all 4 of these at once. But let me give you a quick tip for each of them first, okay? So here's something that's really interesting about testosterone. Testosterone requires rest. I mentioned that earlier, but it's a specific kind of rest. You see, men and women recover from stress, cortisol, and replenish themselves very differently. Women replenish themselves from oxytocin, which basically means they replenish themselves through connecting, sharing, touch, nurturing, all of that kind of stuff, which is awesome and we really appreciate them for, right? However, men have to do it a different way. So men recover their testosterone by spending time alone or by spending time with other men, and especially by spending time in competition, and especially by spending time in competition which they win. Now, if all that sounds very complicated, let me boil it down to you to something completely simple that you probably want to do anyway, but now you know why, right? Watching sports, okay? That basically covers everything I just said, but here's the crucial thing. Watching sports uninterrupted, quietly, okay? Now, I'm not saying, you can, talk to your buddies and stuff like that, but what I mean is not someone kind of coming in and hassling you every 5 minutes, right? Just be able to sit down on your own or with your friends and hang out and watch sports is such a great thing for rebuilding your testosterone, okay? Watching other men compete and win in action is actually been scientifically demonstrated and proven to increase testosterone significantly. Okay, so there's other stuff that's more difficult and more challenging, but how simple is that piece of homework, right? Regularly, whenever you feel like it, sit down quietly, don't be interrupted, and watch something masculine, right? Watch something that helps to rebuild your testosterone, okay? Now there's other things. Having rest and adequate sleep is really important as well, okay? In terms of if you're not a sports kind of guy, then sitting and meditating is arguably even better. Just 10 minutes of sitting, focusing on nothing in particular, right? Because that's what we used to do for hundreds of thousands of years as a species, men, when we were hunting. We would sit there, do nothing and pay attention. Well, guess what? That's meditation. So hunting, if you hunt, that's another great example of that. When I say do nothing, I mean basically just sitting there and being present, right? That's meditation. It's also involved in hunting, fishing, right? Those are masculine activities. So masculine activities for high testosterone. Two, to lower estrogen, one tip I'm going to give you is to avoid all soy or soya, right? If you're in Europe, it's called soya. In the US, it's called soy, right? Now, a little bit of soy sauce, is that okay? Yeah. It kind of is, although if you're really struggling, I'd avoid soy altogether. That was a big thing for me. One of the things that I've discovered that actually created my low sex drive, erection issues, all the rest of it when I was in my mid-20s was that I was eating loads of soy. And when I cut that out, it made a significant difference. Now, you may be thinking, I don't eat soy, Owen. What are you talking about? Right? But the truth is, most men do without even realizing. How's that? Well, basically, they slip it into all food. It's one of the main crops grown in the world, along with like wheat that they make flour of. It's one of the biggest crops, or corn. It's one of the biggest crops in the world, and they put it in everything. And often it's hidden. One of the worst kinds of soy that is most estrogenic and most harmful in all kinds of other ways to your health is soy oil. Now, if I tell you to avoid soy oil, that's one thing, but it's actually really difficult because it's usually hidden. So, if you buy something, let's say you buy something and it's deep fried, or you buy, like a ready-made burger, or bread or something like that from the shop, a lot of the time it's actually got soy in it, whether it's soy protein or, as I said, soy oil. Soy is bad news, and I highly encourage you to have a no soy policy to avoid it as much as possible. And remember, it could be hiding as vegetable oil or any other kind of nondescript oil. Often ends up being soy oil. So the simple solution is only eat things where you actually know what's in it, and make sure soy isn't one of the things in it, okay? Cutting it out as much as possible. So the tip I'm going to give you here is mainly for low cortisol, but it also again helps high testosterone, and it's this. So remember I said our natural inclination as human beings is to look for things to be worried about, look for things to be stressed about, look for threats, right? So that's completely normal and completely natural. But as I said, unfortunately, in our modern age, we can always find a threat easily, right? If nothing else, we only have to turn on the TV or look at our phone and we can find a threat within seconds, right? So here's the thing. You need to start to make a habit, instead of looking for things that are threatening, focus on what you want, okay? So rather than focusing on what you fear, focus on what you want. Now, what this does on a biochemical level is it stops your cortisol being produced, it lowers your cortisol, and increases production of something else called dopamine. Dopamine is your neurochemical of desire. It's your motivation, your passion, your drive, your will. And higher dopamine has been directly linked again and again with higher testosterone. Okay, so focus on what you focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. That's really all there is to it. Okay, so how does this work in practice? Let's apply this to the exact issue you're probably here about, the issue of erectile dysfunction. As we say, there might well be a mental component as well as a physical component, right? So let's say you have an erection issue for whatever reason. Might not be mental at all. Might be because you drank too much or something like that, right? But then you start to become scared. Oh my God, what if I'm not able to perform? Oh my God, what if I'm not able to get an erection? And you're focused on not being able to get an erection. And you keep focusing on it. And the more that you feed that with fear, the more that you increase your cortisol. And the more you increase your cortisol, the more you lower your testosterone. And you also increase your estrogen. The more you do all that, the more likely it is to happen. So do you see, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So instead of constantly thinking about and fantasizing about and worrying about and remembering not being able to have an erection, instead take your focus and sometimes you have to force it, like a wild steer, like rein it in and force your focus, right? To focus on you easily having a hard erection, your woman loving it, you having great staying power, giving out orgasm after orgasm. The point is, focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. That will lower cortisol, increase dopamine, increase testosterone, and give you exactly what I promised you've come here for this video to learn about, okay? And tip number 4, in terms of your circulation. Now, I already touched on one point here, which is that sitting is like the worst thing, right? So avoid your time sitting. However, that's a bit of a complex subject, because a lot of people, they don't know exactly how. You've got the kind of job where you have to sit all day. So I want to give you a kind of quick cheat, as it were, rather than telling you to kind of change your whole life. And the quick cheat is getting something called a rebounder. So a rebounder is basically just a little trampoline. It's about that big, so you can kind of fit it anywhere, can easily fit it into, like my fairly small bedroom, if necessary, if it's raining outside in the garden, right? Just get this little rebounder and you can bounce up and down it even 10 minutes a day is equivalent of 30 minutes normal exercise. It's a super efficient form of exercise. Second of all, it's actually kind of enjoyable, right? So you can be a kid about it, you're bouncing up and down. But third of all, it is the best type of exercise of all for getting your circulation going. Because as you go up and down, your whole lymph system moves, which is kind of like your body's sewage system. All the blood gets shaken up, it starts going everywhere to all the extremities. So it's a fantastic way of getting your circulation going quickly. And so I love that. And now 10 minutes, if even that seems like a chore, 5 minutes is still good. Even research has shown even 1 or 2 minutes a day of just bouncing up and down on a rebounder can significantly change all kinds of things, your cardiovascular health, your overall stamina, your immune system, all kinds of stuff. So this is a really great technology. Okay, so all of that is great advice, and it's all advice that I've applied myself. However, I saved the best till last, because there is something which is kind of like a cheat, which makes all of this so much easier, that allows you to do all 4 of these things in just the space of 2 or 3 minutes a day. Okay, so do you want to hear about that? Okay, so this is something that I first discovered. Remember I told you I tried everything, nothing had worked. I finally went to see an Eastern medicine practitioner. Well, that Eastern medicine practitioner gave me a combination of herbs that really helped me in my situation. Okay, now, a few years later, I met a sex coach called Adam Armstrong who taught men how to be better in bed. In fact, that's what his website is called. And he told me that he had had great success helping men with a super secret smoothie recipe, which he'd actually got from a source inside the porn industry. They used to get these guys to drink it as part of their contract because it guaranteed hard erection and bigger loads, right? Now, what we decided to do to test, because we had great success rates with one thing, we had great success rates with the other, but we decided to test combining the two together, all into one smoothie, which only takes, as we said, 2 or 3 minutes a day to make. And guess what? The results were phenomenal. People loved it, and it really worked better than anything that we'd ever tried before, that we even imagined. It was miraculous. And so that's what I want to share with you now. So we called this miraculous, life-changing smoothie recipe the Huge Load Formula, Ultimate Edition. And we decided to put together a very simple, quick and easy recipe book showing you exactly how to make this with step-by-step guidance and all the information that you could need. So this smoothie recipe is safe, natural, filling, and great tasting. This is really important as well. We've distilled this down, as we said, we spent years, I spent years discovering my half, Adam spent years discovering his half, we spent another year working out exactly how to combine the two for the best possible results, okay? We made sure it had to be quick and easy to prepare. If it took too long, we knew that people wouldn't make it. And here's the thing, what matters to us is results. What matters to us is your success, because as I mentioned earlier, I've struggled with the pain of erection issues. And over the years, as I've helped people with that, as well as helping them with all kinds of other health issues, I've learned for a fact that knowing what to do is not enough. You need to actually do it. So the key is to make it as simple and easy as possible. And that's exactly what we're going to outline for you here. So it's quick and easy to prepare. It has health as well as sexual benefits that we've already talked about because it works on all 4 keys to erection quality. Right? So there's ingredients in there to increase testosterone. There's ingredients in there to lower estrogen. There's ingredients in there to lower cortisol. And there's ingredients in there to improve circulation. Now, it doesn't mean like not to do all the tips that I told you before. It's ideal to do everything that I shared with you in this video. But if you're only going to do some of what you heard, or even if it all sounds too much hard work, of everything I shared, this is the one that you just must do, because there is no downside, okay? There's no, there's pretty much no effort, and the rewards are so incredible, right? So, because it works in all 4 keys. Now, here's what's really interesting as well. Just one serving of this smoothie contains more nutrients than a person on a standard diet gets in about a week. Now, when I say nutrients, what I mean by that is most people, most of the time, without realizing it, of course, just like I didn't realize for years and years and years, we're eating basically what's called empty calories. So the calories are high, but the actual nutrients, right? So whether it's your antioxidants, whether it's your minerals, like zinc, absolutely crucial for testosterone and erection quality, just as one example. Most of us are chronically deficient in all of these basic kind of nutrients that we need. But when you start having this smoothie every day, remember, it's safe, natural, filling, great tasting, and quick and easy, right? So there's no issue with it. When you start having that every day, you're going to have so much nutrition, which is going to massively increase your body's ability to function better. So it's going to improve your overall health, as well as having the ingredients in there which are specifically targeted for sexual health, specifically targeted for erection quality, and specifically targeted for working on the 4 key qualities that you need for harder, longer lasting erections and larger loads. And did I mention, by the way, that it tastes amazing, right? We know that how important this is. It really does taste amazing, and there's a reason for that, because we know that if it tastes amazing, you'll keep taking it. And we care. We want you to have incredible health, and we want you to have incredible erection quality. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a funny thing to hear a man say to another man, but I know that men who struggle with erection quality, we tend to be frustrated, we tend to be more easily irritated, we tend to be more depressed, we tend to be more anxious, we tend to be more lacking in self-esteem, like less likely to do good things in the world. I mean, this is a big deal, and I know because I suffered with this, okay? So again, just to quickly recap the benefits. It's safe and natural, it's quick and easy, it tastes amazing, it improves health and immunity. It's great for weight loss as well, because did I mention, by the way, when you have high testosterone and low estrogen, fat tends to fall off you, muscle tends to pile onto you, right? It's an easy filling meal, so those of you who struggle to know what to eat, right? It's another benefit. And of course, you know, I'm saying all of these kind of the extra stuff, but probably what you really came here for, and the crucial thing, is stronger erections, greater staying power, and bigger loads. So what I'd like to invite you to do right now is just to let go of any skepticism, let go of any uncertainty, and just ask yourself the question, what if this were true? What if this really, really works? Now, I'm not expecting you to trust me yet, but just take on that question as a possibility, right? What if this is true? What if this actually works? And let me ask you a question. What would those results, those benefits be worth to you, okay? Now, many guys I've spoken to, they said that, you know, if it were true, again, right, that would be worth tens of thousands of dollars to them, okay, at least. Now, of course, it depends what you have available to you. I mean, honestly, when I was back in the time, when I was struggling with this, I would have given anything. In fact, I did spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to find the answer. I spent so much money on education, I spent so much money on trying different things, different practitioners, different substances, and nothing worked until it did, right? But I knew I was willing to spend that much and more. I was willing to spend whatever it took. Now, of course, I'm not going to charge you that much. That would be crazy, right? If we looked at like $1,000, we'd have to agree if, remember, if what I said in the previous page is true, $1,000, that would easily be worth it, right? Like the bargain of a lifetime. Now, here's the good news. I'm not going to charge you that, okay? I'm going to charge you even less. Not $500, not $200, not even $100. If you act today, right now, you're going to get this amazing opportunity at an incredible low cost of just $37. Now, remember I started off that previous section by saying to you, what if everything that I've listed here is actually true for you? How much would it be worth for you, right? And then I said, you don't have to trust me. Well, let me explain why you don't have to trust me at all. Because if you invest right now, today, by clicking the button underneath this video, filling out the order form and clicking order now, you'll get access to the full product immediately. If you order now, you have no risk, okay? No risk whatsoever. You don't need to trust me. You don't need to trust us. All you need to do is try it. Because we are able to offer that to you because we know it works. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Here's the thing. You have nothing to lose with our 100% happiness guarantee. We don't even call it a satisfaction guarantee like everyone else does. We don't want you to just be satisfied. We want you to be happy. Hell, we want you to be delighted. And we know that you will be, okay? So here's how it works. Try it for 60 days. And if you're not happy with anything at all, you're not happy with that what we said to you is 100% accurate, you're not happy with even just the layout of the recipes, anything, right? If you're not happy with anything at all, get a 100% refund, no questions asked. And we mean that, okay? We're not going to ask you why, we're just going to refund you immediately. That's how we roll, that's how we do things. And again, this is not we do not make it a difficult process. We've got a great native English speaking customer service team based in England. Also, you're actually going to be purchasing this program through ClickBank, which is a third-party vendor. And so again, you can, if you don't want to go to us, you can go to them. Either way, and they will immediately refund you. So there's two separate but related customer service departments, both of which will immediately, completely refund you, no questions asked if you ask. But you know, do talk to my customer service team because they're lovely, they're great, we're really friendly people, right? You can call up, you can email. Again, no questions asked, 100% refund, okay? And now here's the really awesome thing, and this is what we often call our triple guarantee. Although we've never done this before, we've done a double guarantee, we haven't done a triple guarantee. The reason why it's a triple guarantee, so number one, 100% money back. 2, no questions asked. But 3, how about this one? You keep everything for free, okay? So let's just say, you know, like a bizarro world, right? You try it, for whatever reason you don't like it, you don't think that I've been 100% genuine and honest with you, whatever it may be, okay? You may think I have been, but there's something happens, I don't know, right? Doesn't matter. You get 100% refund and you get to keep everything. So, as I said at the beginning, you might be like, well, you know, why would they do that? How could they do that? So the reason that we do that is because we know our product works, okay? Because if you think about it, right? You get to keep it for free and we give you all your money back. I mean, that's not a way to run a business, is it? Well, it's not a way to run a business if what you're offering is no good or even just okay, satisfactory. But it is a way to run a business if what you're offering is outstanding. And that is what you're getting. You're getting an outstanding product that is literally life-changing. If you apply it, obviously, right? You've got to do what it says. You've got to apply what you learn. But as we said, it's really quick and really easy to apply. So that shouldn't be a problem for you, right? So you get to keep everything. So we do that because we know that people basically, I have a belief that people are basically honest, right? And genuine. You know, I'm honest and genuine. Why would I believe you are any different? Sure, there's always, you know, a couple of, you know, people who are not, but the majority of people are honest, decent, hard-working people, right? Just like I am. And I know that they're not going to take advantage of me, just like you're not going to take advantage of me, right? So you're going to get the product, you're going to honestly evaluate it, you're going to decide that it's amazing, and you're going to keep it, or, you know, if for whatever reason you're not happy, you're going to get a refund. Either way, I'm happy, okay? Because you tried it, and that's the most important thing for me. I just want you to try it because I know it works, I know it's awesome, I know it's going to change your life, right? So I structured it this way so that you have nothing to hold you back. As I say, you don't have to trust me. You have nothing to lose, and you have everything to gain. So go for it. All you need to do is click the button that should have appeared below this video by now. If it hasn't, that's probably because you skipped ahead, but it will pop up pretty soon. So click the button underneath the video. You'll go through to an order form, which is hosted by ClickBank. That's the merchant that basically looks after payments for us and that delivers you the product. Make sure you get the product. Okay, so all you do is you enter your details there, you click order now. If you want to upgrade your order or anything, you can do that, and you go straight through to the download page where you get access to the program immediately. So you don't have to wait, you don't have to worry about postage, tracking numbers, all that kind of thing. You get it immediately, so you can get started immediately. Because I'm a big fan of taking action now. I studied success for a long time, and I found that the most successful people in the world all believe in being bold and taking action, right? Less talk, more action, right? And that's a masculine quality, right? So step up, take that masculine shot. Now, obviously, like being bold and reckless is not a good idea. Like losing is not a good idea, but there's nothing to lose. Like I explained, there is nothing to lose and everything to gain. So you may as well go for it, right? Still watching? Well, okay. I'm going to make this the easiest decision in the world for you because even though, as I said, as far as I'm concerned, it's already the bargain of a lifetime and you already have nothing to lose and everything to gain, I absolutely believe in over-delivering. As I said, that's why I know that this is a wise decision, right, to offer you this. So check out these bonuses. So bonus number 1 is from the co-creator Adam Armstrong, and it's called Unleash Her Bad Girl, right? So Adam is the sex coach who helps men to be better in bed. And so this is a fantastic starting place for this. Now the reason we want to give you this is because in truth, you know, although kind of when you don't have it, having a hard erection seems like the be all and end all, but the truth is, it's not, right? The other thing that you need is the skills to be able to use it, right? And so we want to make sure that we give you the guidance on that as well. So this is about how to give your woman 5, count them, 5 different types of orgasm. Now, again, we talked about how the fact that it's so bad for most men gives you the chance to have an edge, to be ahead of most other guys, right? Well, most guys can't even give their woman 1 kind of orgasm, right? You're going to learn in this training how to give your woman 5 different types of orgasm, okay? So you're going to learn clitoral, vaginal, intercourse, squirting, and anal orgasms, right? 5 different kinds, incredible. Now, the benefit of this, of course, other than the obvious, other than her you know, gratitude and desire to reciprocate, probably isn't why you want to do it, is that it will make her 100% loyal and faithful to you, right? You satisfy a woman, you give her 5 different types of multiple orgasms, you never have to worry about is she cheating on me, okay? Because why would she, quite frankly? So that's an incredible bonus. Now we sell this all day, all the time for $19.97. You'll be able to see it on our website. It's available for that right now. But for a limited time, we're going to give that to you free as a bonus for the Huge Load Formula Ultimate Edition. So again, make sure you click the button below and claim that now before it's too late. Bonus number 2 is the More Energy Now video mini course, and this is from me. One of the other issues I used to have other than erection issues was energy issues. Now I created all kinds of like really comprehensive programs on that, but what I also found is that some people really struggle to get started, and they said, what's the number 1 thing that you have that works the best, that's the easiest, the quickest, the cheapest, the most effective, you know? And I said, okay, I'm going to take just that one thing that I know works the best through literally feedback from thousands of clients over years and years and years, and create a little video mini course. And I emphasize mini course. This is not for someone who wants to sit watching video for 50 hours. This is like less than an hour for the whole thing, but it gives you results. A 60-second technique for instant energy, right? It's completely free and it works anywhere, anytime. The most important thing for my mind is it works by increasing ATP, which is your body's natural cellular energy, not by stimulating the adrenals. Why does that matter? Because most techniques to increase your energy, or most substances to increase your energy, like caffeine, work by stimulating your adrenal glands. The problem with this is it's unsustainable energy. Every peak, it always ends up in a crash, okay? The other issue, based on what we've already talked about, is that the more you stimulate your adrenals, the more you have cortisol. And remember, if you have erection issues, you want to have less cortisol, not more cortisol, right? So that's why it's so important that the technique you're going to learn here does not stimulate your adrenal glands, unlike pretty much every single thing out there for energy does. So it makes it unique. And so the value of that we sell it for all day, all the time, is $40. It's actually, at the time of filming this, £30 in British currency, but it's equivalent to $40. So $40 real world value for this bonus. And again, free if you invest in the Huge Load Formula right now. So just click the button below to do so. Okay, so if you're watching this part of the video, you're really lucky, because for a limited time only, we're giving away 3 other incredible bonuses. Now this one really will not be here for long. We're only doing this for a limited trial period. Okay, so if you're still watching this, you're lucky and you could jump on it. So we're doing the ultimate orgasm techniques, how to have your woman not just willingly but happily do anything you want in bed, okay, because you're satisfying her so much. An awesome program all about that. 77 ways to blow up your energy naturally. This is a great complement to More Energy Now, and teaches a lot about productivity as well, because usually that's why we want more energy, right? So we want to be productive, we want to get more done. Value $49.97. As with all of them, that's what we sell them for all day. And then get her to give you head. This one's fairly self-explanatory. How to guide a woman to give you head if she, has some reluctance to that. Again, by giving her so much pleasure that she really wants to, and then showing her how to do it really well. Great training, and again, absolutely a bargain at $19.97. But here's the crazy thing. For a limited time, as I said, this section won't be in the video long, you get all of these, everything, as part of your investment in the Huge Load formula. So, for anyone keeping count, as long as you act today, now, what you're getting is worth a real world value of $213.91. So again, if you act now, just clicking the button beneath, ordering now, you get that for an incredible price of just $37, an amazing saving. Haven't you wasted enough time doing things that don't work, doing things that only work temporarily, doing things that are crazy expensive, have hideous side effects? Aren't you ready to experience benefits like rock hard reliable erections, 30-minute plus staying power, bigger loads, a ferocious sex drive, unstoppable sexual confidence? Aren't you ready to have a body that's actually healthy with high testosterone, low estrogen, low cortisol, and good circulation? Remember, the Huge Load formula is safe and natural, it's quick and easy, it tastes amazing, it improves health and immunity, it can lead to weight loss, muscle gain, it's an easy filling meal, and yeah, just a reminder, stronger erections, greater staying power, and bigger loads. And again, you don't have to believe me about that, you don't have to trust me. I'm a very skeptical person myself. I hardly believe anyone about anything. But what I am is an empirical person. Means I try things, I test them to see if they work. And then if they do, I give them credit, I say that works. And if they don't, I say that didn't work for me. My point is, I'm not asking you to trust me, I'm not asking you to believe me, I'm not asking you to have blind faith in me, because here's the good news. You don't have to, right? You have no risk. All you have to do is think of it as a deposit, right? By clicking on the button underneath, going to the order page, just give us your deposit. And if at any time over the next 60 days you're not 100% happy, right? If you're not happy with anything, if you're not happy with the results, or you're not happy with the benefits, or you're not happy with the way that the recipe is explained, anything, right? You can get a 100% refund, no questions asked, and we mean that. And we don't make it really difficult. We don't send you no reply email addresses. Just reply to any email that you get from us about the product and ask for a refund, and we'll be happy to process it straight away. You can actually call and speak to someone. This is not some faceless company. There's lovely people in our office. There's Charlotte, there's Harriet, there's Richard. These are all totally professional people. They've been doing this for a long, long time. They've been doing this for years. They care about you. They are supportive of you. They're very discreet. They're very private people, right? They're English speaking, all born in the UK, and they are here to help you, okay? And if what you want help with is a refund, they're here to help you with that. But they're here to help you with anything, any questions that you have along the way as well, okay? So, and here's the crazy thing, remember, you get to keep everything for free. There is no, we're asking for the product back first or anything like that. So you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The only way that we're able to keep our doors open, the only way we're able to do this is because we know our product works. If you apply what you learn, you will get the results. It's as simple as that, okay? And if by some freak accident, because you never know, right? If you don't, we are happy to give you a full refund. Happy, okay? So you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go ahead, click the button below the video, fill out the order form, click order now, upgrade your order of anything if you like, and then go straight to the download page, download your report, your recipe, and get started today. Get started straight away, because you deserve it. This deserves to be your life. This deserves to be your reality, right? You deserve rock hard, reliable erections anytime you want. You deserve 30-minute plus staying power. You deserve bigger loads. You deserve a ferocious sex drive, and you deserve unstoppable sexual confidence. Why do I know that? Because you're still watching this video, right? You're someone who cares. You're someone who's open. You're someone who's willing to learn. You're someone who takes responsibility, doesn't blame other people, and is willing to do what it takes to achieve what they want to achieve. And if this is what you want to achieve, you are at the right place and you are listening to the right guy. So go ahead, click the button underneath, order now, and let us know how it goes. That's what I want to finish the video with. You know, we get so much feedback and we love it. So, you know, reply to any of our emails or even give us a call and let us know how it goes. We would love to hear from you. We love to get testimonials. This is really not just a business for us. This is a mission. This is a passion. As I said, I've struggled with this before. I've struggled with the pain and humiliation of not being able to get an erection, not being able to keep an erection. I know what it does to you. I know how it's emasculating. It makes you feel like less of a man. It's painful. It sucks. I don't want it for me. I don't want it for you. I don't want it for any man, right? So this is a mission. We're here to take our masculinity back. We're here to take our manhood back. We're here to take our health back and our energy back, right? We're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take feeling like less than a man anymore. So if you're ready to feel like a real man again, you're at the right place. Go ahead, order now, try it, take action, and let us know how it goes. We can't wait to hear from you.